How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. What do you got on the topic? You're just going to accept the fact that high value men don't cheat the exercise options.
High value men don't cheat?
No, it's not called cheating. If you do it, it's called cheating. If I do it, it's called being a man.
Okay.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 34.
All right. So, yeah, why does that, it sounds like you don't like that.
That high value men can cheat and women can't?
No. Because you're an alpha kappa alpha. I mean, if you're an educated woman, let's just take it to the animal.
I'm not saying that.
Let's just take it to the animal kingdom now.
Okay.
Lions. There's usually 2 lions that run an entire pride. There's 6 to 8 women in there. They're not monogamous. Is it typical for mammals, the male of the species, to be monogamous?
I don't think so.
No, it's not. So, especially in humans, if a man is in the top 10% of men, and you have high standards, and you want him, don't you think other women want him too?
That's true. That's true.
So here's the question: What's so great? What's so great and wonderful that What's so great and wonderful that you're bringing to the table that he should forego everything?
Are you just talking about from my perspective?
Yeah, because unless you're all right with the notion that men exercise options.
I mean, because I bring loyalty to the table.
So does a dog.
Loyalty. Say it again.
So does a dog.
But I'm very submissive in a relationship. I'm very submissive. I was raised by my grandmother, my mom, of course. Okay. But so I'm old fashioned with it, like the cooking, the cleaning, the making sure he's fed, making sure, he's number one. So I don't have any kids, by the way. So I'm coming with 100% of myself. So why can't I get that in return?
Because that's not special.
That's not special. So what's special to you?
Being a high value man.
Okay.
I mean, because if you're raised by your grandmama, I mean, I am 52 years old, and I know plenty of men back who do damn high school diplomas had entire families on the other side of town. I don't think you modern women really understand men. You think what you just ran down to me is enough? Okay, let's put a dollar value on that. Let's put a dollar value on what you're talking about. You're loyal, you're submissive. Let's put a dollar value on it. Does it equate? He's making $400,000 a year. What does everything you say equate to?
A dollar value? I'm not sure.
Well, you're gonna have to, because if a man is making the kind of money to have a stay-at-home wife, have 2 to 3 kids, and provide an above average middle class lifestyle to where the kids are provided for, the college is provided for, you can travel like you need to, have retirement, all that other kind of stuff. Yeah, what you talking?
I'm sorry. So you're saying just because he's doing all that, he can go cheat?
Why? I mean, it's like I don't understand black women.
No,
because he's doing all that. What kind of men can do all that?
I'm shocked. I mean, because I watched some of your content.
What kind of men can do all of that?
Okay, so you're saying a high value man can do that, like do all that, and
yes, because he's making all that money.
Oh, wow. So you're saying money has power? Are
you serious?
No, I'm asking because.
But I'm trying to be reasonable. But you're 34. I mean, why is that question unnecessary?
No, because I'm saying you said because he's doing all of that, like so.
Yes,
okay.
It's not cheating when we do it.
Okay.
See the thing you just ran down and described. Illegal immigrants who swim across the Rio Grande do the same thing for their husbands who stand out in front of Home Depot and collect cans.
Okay.
True or false?
Yeah.
Okay. So if the man swimming across the Rio Grande to collect cans or go to the day labor center gets that from his woman.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you not think a man who earns more and brings? Do you not think a man? Okay, the average black man in this country earns $40,500.
Okay.
So if a man's making $400,000 a year, that's 10 times what the average black man makes.
Sure.
So that means if you're with a woman, she would get arguably 10 times what the average woman would get with that average man, right?
Right.
Then he should get 10 times the ass.
Wow, Kevin. Even if I'm giving him all the ass he wants, it's okay.
You can't.
No, you think they should just okay? Well, you have.
Well, here's the thing. See, the thing is, the kind of men you're talking about are extremely competitive.
Okay. True.
They're virile. They're working long hours. I mean, you don't become a high value man by putting in an 8-hour day. You're talking about men who are healthy, intelligent, ambitious, driven. Their appetites are large, and then you have to be focused on one specific thing for a long period of time and beat out all the other men.
Okay.
You can't satisfy all his needs because let's say, okay, let's just be honest. Let's get right down to it. Let's say you're on your cycle.
Okay.
And he wants it. Can you provide what he wants?
So you saying like me giving him head at that point is not going to be enough? Okay.
The thing is, what I'm saying is, it seems to be that Western women have forgotten. You have not understood what the top men have always had. Where do concubines and mistresses and things? Where does happy hour come from? You've been lied to. You've been lied to with this Disney notion of monogamy.
Okay.
So let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
You want a man who's 100% loyal and faithful to you and everything like that. Would you be submissive, cooperative, and all the things you just said, right? Mm-hmm. To a man with a high school diploma making $40,500 for the rest of his life? Really? Now, do you see how quickly you are willing to take away everything just because of money? See, it makes perfect sense to a woman to say, I'm not going to give him that for that kind of money. Then you want a man to accept you when he's making that kind of money. You can't get over the math of that problem. You can't get over the math of that because you said no with the quickness.
That's true. That's true. I can't argue with you there. I can't. You're right.
So why is it fair, if we're going to talk about fairness, why is it fair for a woman to sit back and look at the average black man and tell him, everything that I was raised to be, you don't make enough for it? That's what you're really saying. Because we haven't gotten to what kind of character that man has. You just eliminated him straight on money.
I mean, I feel like if he doesn't make what I make or more, then
it's called hypergamy.
Say it again.
It's called hypergamy. It's an evolutionary biology thing. But here's the problem. That's how you're supposed to think as a woman.
Right.
All women think that way. But the problem is, far too many black women and women like yourself wait too long. See, it's all right if you think that way, but you should have been married by age 23, 24.
Well, I've turned down like 3 proposals.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you can't make this shit up. Isn't that what I started off saying? This earlier today, 5 proposals.
I saw that earlier.
But you didn't turn down proposals of men that you value.
True.
So they don't count.
Okay.
So,
but see, that would have been me settling too, though. You spoke about that.
Well, if a high value man were to get you and only be with you, he'd be settling. Okay. You don't think about it that way. See, you ladies only think about it from your standpoint. And the problem is, man, it sounds like your price is too high.
It sounds like my price is too high?
Well, let's just look at the math of it.
Okay.
You want a man to at least have what you have. But is that your sexual marketplace value?
Yeah.
No.
To at least have what I have?
No, it's not. Your sexual marketplace value is not, N-O-T not, your academics, your income, your socioeconomic status. If that's the case, Gabrielle, any old looking woman should be able to go get Shamar Moore just because she's earning what he is. Your sexual marketplace value is your face and your body. That's it. That's where it starts. Just like a man's value starts with his ability to provide.
Okay. Well, I think I look okay in my height to weight ratio. I've seen. Okay. I think that's pretty good too. I'm 5'7.5" and I weigh 144.
Okay, but here's what I do. But I hear you're 34 though. See,
okay.
You're 10 years outside. You're 10 years past your marriage date. So, as women, all women get older.
Okay.
You typically earn more money because you've been in your job or career longer, right?
8 years, yeah.
You had more experience in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your experience increases, but your sexual market value decreases at the same rate. See, what you're talking about only attaches to men. Mm-hmm. I get more valuable as I get older and earn more money, not women, because we don't pick you on money.
Well, I still think I look pretty good now.
You don't look as good as you did at 24.
I should probably make my page.
It doesn't matter, man. I'm not making this about you, but the fact of the matter is,
just in general,
you ladies wait too late, and your price is too high. See, you've raised your value based upon things that men don't calculate.
Don't care about.
We don't calculate in there. So you said you turned down 3 proposals. Okay. None of those men were suitable?
One was, I just wasn't ready at the time.
Okay.
I was too young.
Translation, I figured I could do better later on.
No, he's still... He's
okay, no. If not, but that tends to be okay. So, because every man you turn down, you allow in your life.
Yeah.
So, do you make room for the fact that maybe you won't get any more chances? You shot down 3 already.
No, I think I will.
Well, all women think that.
Mm-hmm.
But 1 in 4 black women were married.
Mm-hmm.
You've had 3 men propose to you that you allowed in your life. See, strangers don't propose to you.
Right.
So you allowed them in.
But don't you think, like, when you're in your 20s, like, that's just too early? Like,
you can't make this shit up.
I'm just saying, when you're in your early 20s?
No. Absolutely not.
I think that's
I cannot make this shit up. This is our culture. If you watched my show at all this week, you would have known what those answers are.
I know, but I just feel like, okay, so I was like 22 and he proposed like after a year. My dad, he's at his house. He's in my life. He's like my best friend.
Okay, but your mother and father married?
No.
Exactly.
What is that? Exactly what?
Because if mother and father were married, that's a different dynamic than mother and father being separate.
Mm-hmm.
What successful group of people who have ever lived the planet told women to delay marriage until later in life?
Well, that's not what I was meaning by that. I just felt like I wasn't ready.
That's a problem with how you were raised, and you should have been ready.
At 22?
What, the French toast?
I don't think I wasn't. I'm
Excuse
sorry.
me? And see that, and this is a big problem. I'm gonna just be honest, man. This is a big problem in the Black community. We're talking about women in particular. You guys are far too immature at your age. I want you to go back to your great grandmother. When did your grandmother get married? What age?
Ooh, yeah, she was young.
What age?
I don't know. I don't want to lie, but I know she was young. She was married for a long time.
About what age?
It had to be early 20s.
Most women got married before 21. In China today, if you're not married by 25, they call you leftover. No, breathe.
Mm-hmm.
See, the Black community were married at a rate of 80% prior to 1965. My grandmother got married at 19. Teenager is a modern invention. When you had your cycle, you were ready to be a wife. Like it or not, that's how biology makes it. Go back 300 years ago. When people didn't live to be 80. We had to get on with life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what nature is saying. Not Kevin. Nature is saying when a woman has her cycle, she can reproduce. That means she's reached her maturity. So what we have now is we have prolonged adolescence. At what age do you think the average woman should be ready for marriage?
I
30.
28.
30.
Closer to 30. Yeah.
30. And this is insane. Insane. I had a woman on from their radio station in Chicago where I said the same thing. We prolong. Okay, the danger zone is ages 27 to 35. All right. You're almost at geriatric pregnancy. That's what the OBGYNs call it. Geriatric pregnancy attaches at 35. Mm-hmm. Your prime mating and marrying years are the ages between 18 and 24. And that means married by 24. If you went to college, right?
Yes.
Were you not surprised at how many of your non-Black, i.e. white counterparts were getting engaged in their junior and senior year? They're being married 1 or 2 years right outside of college. Did you work in corporate America?
Yes, I do now. Yes.
Yeah, but right out of college, did you see your non-Black counterparts in the summer times being bridesmaids and being in weddings left and right?
Yeah, I mean some.
All right, but did you see that with any Black women? No.
I have
one.
One,
but that's not the point.
I get
the most point is Black women have been told to go turn up, and you've been told by other women. You've been told by women, don't get married young, get you an education, get something on the ball. So what? In case the marriage don't work out, you'll have something to fall back on. You've been given the bad information by women. They've given you the wrong information. That's not what men want. Men don't want to marry women. If I wanted, okay, let's say I wanted to marry you, right?
Okay.
But I want 5 kids.
Okay.
We got a problem already.
Because I'm 34.
That's right.
Okay. Okay.
So how do we keep the human race going if the replacement rate of birth is 3 children? The replacement rate. The average couple should be having 3 children. So unless you plan on having your kids back to back to back, if you stair step them 1, 3, and 5, that means if you get a woman that's 22, 23, she'll be done having her children by age what? 30. But if you're starting at 30, you're going to go right on past that to geriatric pregnancy. You guys are walking as opposed to nature, evolution, and everything else.
Yeah.
But when I'm talking to sisters like you, all I hear is fear. I wouldn't know if I was ready. Ready for what?
So you don't think like I should have been getting my career, getting some money in my account? You don't think that?
Do you want to be married?
Because you're gonna be. Because
I want to be married.
Yeah.
How many children would you like?
I always said 3 at the most, but I'm fine with at this point not having any.
Well, then you don't sound like their wife. You sound that's selfish. I wouldn't marry a woman that doesn't want kids. Why would a man marry a woman that doesn't want to have kids?
No, I said if I always wanted 3, but if I don't have any now, then it's like I'm used to.
Okay, but the answer to the question, if you were to get married and have 3 children, would you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with the first child? No. So due respect, your career means nothing, because as soon as you get pregnant, you throw it away anyway and go become a mother. So what you be bringing to me is hey, husband, here is $15,000 to $60,000 worth of student loan debt. I'm not going to be working. I'm going to just become a mom. So now we got a downside home or whatever, because I got to pay $50,000 or 30, whatever. I got to pay all that. Versus if you just be honest and say, I want to be married and have kids, and I don't want that. So getting some money in your account, due respect, man, most women have jobs and you don't save money. The number is, it says what the average black woman by age 35 has a net worth of negative $5. $5, it's not that much. Most women don't save any money. I date women. Y'all broke.
What women you date? Because I ain't broke.
I'm not gonna cap, man. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to go there, but the numbers are pretty clear. You can go look at the numbers yourself. Women are not financially solvent. So all of this degree and going to stack money, it's not like when a man meets you, he meets you at 27 years old, and you say, I've got $100,000 in a Roth IRA. I paid off all my student loan debt. This. My credit rating is a 780. That's not what happens. What tends to happen is I got a car note, I got an apartment, I got consumer debt, I got credit card debt. You leverage to the hilt, and most guys are like, okay, all right. Then we're still supposed to be able to pay the lion's share of that. In most cases, you want us to pay all of it, and then what do we get in exchange for that? We're supposed to take on all. I'll give you a room, but a high value man who can pay all that has to take on all your debt and all what he's doing. And what does he get in exchange? The same thing the dude at the Home Depot get. That's what he gets in exchange for it. That's why I say you ladies need to understand the kind of men you're talking about. I was saying, are you kidding me? You better be happy that I'm even considering taking you on.
Okay, because you're speaking of like more mature adults. When you're 22, 23, I don't think that's a conversation for that young of a adult. You think?
This is the problem with our women. Because see, that's the point. You're supposed to come as an adult, and you're supposed to be customized for your man.
Okay. So a young, 22, 23, getting out of college, supposed to be just ready for...
Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Then this should be pretty simple. You're supposed to go from your father's house to your husband's house.
And you think a young man would be ready to take care of a family?
What does she need to do? She's not going to be out working. She's going to be running the house and running the family.
Right, and I agree with that.
But she needs to be on his program. See, modern women, your ego is low. Why does she need? What experience does she need out in the world? What does she need? What experience do you think a woman needs out in the world to become a better wife to a man?
I mean, I guess you learn all that growing up, right? From your parents. So it's not...
Tell me, what experience do you need out in the world to be a better wife for a man?
Sorry, people are... what experience out in the world? I think just living.
What does that
knowing
mean?
how to, like... It's just so...
See, the problem you're having is everything you say is going to be a negative. Everything you have to say is going to be something that does not benefit a man.
But
listen, I gave you a chance and you got nothing. What both of them say, get out there and ride the cock carousel. Get out there and date more guys and have your whole phase or do whatever it is. That is not beneficial to a man. What you just said, in the young years, there is nothing that you're going to learn that is going to be beneficial to a husband.
Mm-hmm. Do you think a 23, 24-year-old man is ready to provide for a family?
No, but you're not marrying a man that age. You should marry a man that's older than you.
Okay, so that's what I was thinking you were trying to get at. Because I'm like,
the problem in our community is we don't talk about relationships, mm-hmm. and we don't push relationships. So I don't think a man should be thinking about marriage before 30, and as soon as he should be doing is 35. But then his wife should be 23.
So you think, okay. Interesting.
Wow.
Okay.
At what age does a man hit his financial stride?
I think like 35.
45 to 55.
Oh, wow.
That's what I mean. You ladies don't know men. You don't know men. You don't know anything about us. You don't really understand anything about what it really takes to financially run a family. You know how to take care of yourselves. Kind of. So then you come to a man and say, you should have to be faithful to me. And he's like, well, wait a goddamn minute. Do you know what it takes to provide this ability for you not to have to work for 10, 12 years until our children are in first grade? If you choose to want to go back to work, and if you do, it's not like you're going to be stepping back into a career in brain surgery. You're going to be stepping back into something that just basically makes decent money, but he's still going to be responsible for everything. And you'll have a tip on top of it. See, what I'm saying is, even in this conversation, you realize the imbalance it is for a man to be a provider male. So now I'm like, you expect that man to have to be monogamous with you when he's doing all this? Hell no.